ठीक है, done. So welcome everybody. My voice is clear. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Devika
Yes,
Mataji.
Prabhuji. It's clear, Prabhuji.
We cannot finish. So today our objective will be mind control, and the easiest way to mind control is chant Hare Krishna right away. What say one line you want to understand, that's the way. But people will not do that. So we will give you, apart from that, all kind of techniques that can support it. But mind cannot be controlled unless you chant the name of the Lord in Kali Yuga. Okay, now let us go to the presentation. Mhm. Let us see. Now we start at 3:15. We'll go to 4:30 today, as much we cover. Then we will discuss for half an hour. There are 27 techniques we may not finish today. Then we will next date. Probably tomorrow also is possible like this. We can do one more day. Or maybe. Okay, let us see how it proceeds. This is a starting message. Being a slave to a bad habit or servant to a good habit, the choice is yours. Power of habits. We make habits and habits make us. This is a quotation from Srila Prabhupada. One who cannot control his mind always lives with the greatest enemy, and thus his life and mission are spoiled. So it's very important, because if you're careless, then mind will destroy everything. Or whatever mission you have, spiritual, material, everything it will destroy. The constitutional position of living entity is to carry out the order of the superior. Our nature is to obey. That's our nature. Is to accept a master and obey. That's our nature. As long as the mind remains an unconquered enemy, whom do we obey? We obey Kama, Krodha, Lova, Mada, Matsarya. That's what we are doing. We, in a Shudra mentality, we do not want to obey a master, but we want to obey Kama, Krodha, Lova, Mada, Matsarya. That's our foolishness. We think, I do not obey anybody. But you're obeying what? You're obeying Kama, Krodha. You're obeying. You are obeying. We have to follow somebody. But intelligent person, what it does, when mind is conquered, one voluntarily obeys the Supreme Lord. That's intelligence. Anyway, you have to obey. Prabhupada used to joke. It's like Hira and Kira. What is it? Hira and Kira. Now, Hira and Kira, if you steal, the punishment is same. Suppose you steal one cucumber or steal one diamond. Suppose jail is 4 years. Then better steal diamond. Now, I'm just giving, not saying you steal. The same way, you have to obey anyway. So why don't you obey the Lord? You have to obey. You have to follow. That's your nature. Nature of the living entity is to serve. So why don't you serve the Lord? Then you will be relieved from the service to Kama, Koda, Lova, Madamasarya. So that has to require little intelligence, and it cannot be forced voluntarily. Okay, let me serve the Nama. That's what you're chanting Hare Krishna. You're serving. My Lord, please accept little service. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You're becoming servant of the holy name by chanting the holy name. Simple service. Shavadam. The Navavidha Bhakti, 9 ways you can serve Krishna. Number 1 is Shavadam. You are reading Bhagavad Gita for half an hour every day. Let me take a few pages and I read. Voluntarily, I agree to obey the Lord. Done. You're saved. Okay, this is from a quotation of Srila Prabhupada. Now, it will take some lot of slides to understand this. Our position in this world is like this fellow. Somebody is hanging by the branch, and then the two rats are like day and night. They're cutting the tree. Okay, it's just a matter of time, the branch will fall. That is your life. This is day, this is night. Every day and night, your life is reducing by one day, one day, one day, one day. Therefore, birthday is not a day for celebration. One more year, you are near your death. Whatever is celebrating. Suppose somebody says, "Na exam ke 2 ghante baje," do you celebrate that? You get into tension. So one more year of life, one more year of life. You should know I'm going near my final exam of death, which is a very tough exam, very tough exam. At that time, when the body is breaking down, it's piercing pain. Thousands of scorpions bite you together. That is the pain of death. There is nothing like peaceful death. It's all story. Suppose I take a knife, I will now give you peaceful death. You will shudder. Hey, all your so-called peace will be over. Please, please don't do that. So there is nothing like peaceful death. Death is extremely painful, and day by day we are moving toward that final exam. This is old age, which is going to anyway destroy you one day. Slowly the body is aging. The honeycomb is the pleasure, the drops of the honey comb is what you are holding on that compares to the material pleasure we are living for in this world. And the chief of that is sex life. Sex life, or eating, sleeping, these are all dutam panos. These are all different kind of pleasures. Ahara, nidra, bhay, maituna. Eating, sleeping, sex. These are the pleasures we live for in this world. Mana, puja, pratishtha, added subtle pleasures. And they are like the drops of honey. And the person is Hare Krishna is coming, please come, I'll take you away from this mess you are in. Because moment he falls, snakes are ready to bite him, he'll die. The situation is very dangerous. He cannot hold on forever anyway, your hands are paining. And this so-called joker scientists, what they do, they can do nothing about the situation. What they will say, we will give you some gloves so you can hold on a little bit longer. Or we'll make some funnel so that the honeycomb falls on your tongue. Same base pleasures, they will make it more available for you. In the Vedic time, the intelligent people of class are called the Brahmanas. Brahmana has nothing to do with birth, Shudra has nothing to do with birth, by the nature. Kalau Shudra Sambhava, Kalyuga, everybody is a Shudra. Now, what happens? The intelligent class of men in the Vedic time will help you hold the hand of the Lord and get out. That's called Brahmana. Brahmana connects you to the Lord. But today, the intelligent class of men will make software company, this company, that company, for seeing. What do they see? That all this company at the end of the day, what are the products doing? The honey drop falls on a tongue properly. It doesn't spit there. That's all. But the pleasure is the honey pleasure only, nothing more. All same base pleasure. So eating, sleeping, they make it more accessible to public. Quickly send them to hell. Anyway, they're going to hell. Quickly send them to hell. Quickly, jaldi bhaijo unko narak pas. That's all. Previously, these facilities are not available, but now it has been channelized. So I am not shown in this. I said the scientist's work is like a funnel they'll make so that this honey falls in your tongue, or they will give some gloves so that you can hold on a bit longer. But they cannot solve the overall situation. They cannot touch it also. 300 years of so-called science, people are still becoming old, people are still dying, and every day they're losing their life day by day, and their pleasures are same. They have not changed their pleasures. And Krishna's hand is always there, my dear child. Come back from this. You can come back only when you can give up this enjoying this honey. Till the taste of honey is there, you will not hold Krishna's hand. Till you are convinced this honey, so-called pleasures of the world headed by sex, are not going to make you happy, you will never pick up Krishna's hand. Even though there may be so many difficulties enjoying these pleasures. How much difficulties people undergo to get sex pleasure, how much difficulty. They get beaten up sometime, they get caught, they get exposed, they lose their, how many big politicians we see, they get exposed. Recently, Karnataka, somebody resigned. We don't know true or false, but he was accused of something. How many around the world? America, the president of America had to resign when he was caught in relation to some Russian, spy. I think Bill Clinton. He lost his name. So, but still, you cannot give up. And Krishna is saying, give up all these dirty pleasures. Come. I'm very happy, Krishna. Bye bye. Thank you very much. So, this is our foolishness. Chalo. After this little of invocation, let us start. Bandhur atmanas tasya yenatme atmana jitaha. Atmanas to shatvate vartit atma eva shatruvat. For one who has conquered the mind, there's a 6.6 Bhagavad Gita, the mind is best friend. For one who has failed to do so, the mind will remain the greatest enemy. So this mind is actually an instrument waiting to be trained. You train it, it will not disturb you. You don't train it, it will kill you, this mind. One of the things, this is a revelation from Prahlad Maharaj, some very interesting one. One of the things that he has enemies is an ignorant man. A person in knowledge knows that there are no enemies. Our uncontrolled mind and sense is the only enemy. Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad Maharaj, my dear Prahlad, why are you chanting the name of my enemy Vishnu? He killed our brother. You don't know that. You're gone crazy. He's our enemy. So, my dear father, there is only one enemy you have, your own mind. Yeah, there is no other enemy we have. We simply discover enemy every day. He is my enemy. And he is my enemy. He is the enemy. That's a crazy man. We have only one enemy, our own mind. Nobody can harm you unless you harm yourself. So be very careful. We have only one enemy. Who is the one enemy you have? Your own mind. Therefore, somebody sitting sad as a victim or some problem, he's his own enemy. Why is you accusing other people? You are the one who are joker. Simply don't put fingers at somebody. Sometimes people sit like that. My injustice happened to me. A crazy fellow you are. No injustice can happen. Krishna is in control. There is nothing lamentable in kingdom of God. If there is any problem, it is because of us. There is no other problem. So now we start the mind control session. Need for mind control. So we have modern society, some common realities. I'm shortening it. You all have large number of photos for each situation. Modern society means starting from cars, so-called development of tin cars and all. Some common facts. Always on the rise. Murder, violence, suicide. This is not exposed. This is not visible to fools. So-called, there are two kind of people, I say. Showroom scientists and real scientists. Showroom scientist is selling a mobile. Yeah, this is the like that, memory is like that, the screen is like that, is like that. A real scientist knows the mobiles are getting spoiled, the batteries are not working. This is a problem, that is the problem. Batteries are burning. This problem is a real scientist. He knows there is a problem also. But showroom scientists may not even know there are problem. He just say, this is like that, this is like that, please purchase. So real scientist or anybody reality who's watching the world doesn't glow by the glitter of what is there in the world. He's not fanatic or mad. Just like there are fanatic religiousness, there are fanatic scientists also today. They don't look at the facts. Facts are this. This increasing at a very dangerous proportion. Corruption, divorce. I tell you, if suppose people you take of the age, our age, say 50 year, and it is taken a percentage among here, we do a poll. How many of us or parents are divorced? It not be even 1%. But today, it has already risen to 25% in many metros in India already. It is exponentially going up. Marriage is quite common, breakup, quite common. In our time, it was not there only. People can't even tolerate each other. It become a joke. Marriage has become like cats and dogs. Live for a few days and it's not working out for me, find another person. Then suicide, so common. People are mentally become so weak today. Little disturbance, they lose something, commit suicide. Murder, violence, correct? These are the realities which are facing us today. The world is becoming more disturbed. These kind of violence, this kind of unrest, even in America, we say, okay, in India, even in America, this unrest are going on. Wars, terrorism, steadily increasing. Okay, so these are not new facts. I think all of you know. I'm building a case. Why do we need mind control? I'm saying that if we do not control the mind as individually and collectively, the problems will not go away. You pick up a newspaper today, the crimes are increasing. Okay, what I'm saying, the fact is these things are increasing. The main problem in the world today is crime and lack of morality. Now, drug use. This is a case of a weak mind. Millions of people are taking drugs even in Europe or in America. The divorces, I want to see the fact. Can you imagine this? What is the number? What kind of number is this? When I was had this last president, Trump of America. So I was curious, who is this person? So I typed on the net. A new one I have still not got time to type. Wikipedia. His first wife, this year to this year. Second wife, this year to this year. Third wife, this year. I tell you, in India, we will not give vote. We will not give vote. Or like in France, the Joker married his teacher, who is 25 years elder than him. I don't think anybody will give vote in India. Our culture will not allow. But here is anything goes. This is Canada. This is Denmark. And finally, who suffers? The child. There was a case in Calcutta High Court. One divorce case was happening. So father came to the court, to the witness box, something he had to answer. Immediately the child was sitting in the assembly. He shouted, Papa, why you're not coming home nowadays? He doesn't know what's going on between the parents. Just imagine, everybody was touched. Why we are giving so much pain to the small child? He has to learn the father is evil. Mother is going to teach him that. So bad it is. Imagine how heartless it is. Like producing children like cats and dogs today. Average number of suicide. This is Japan. Japan is interesting. The country who is one of the richest country in the world, but it has largest number of suicides percentage wise. And this is a standard suicide letter in a college. Dear mom and dad, I'm sorry, I can't do it anymore. This is Japan. This was, there was tsunami, 30,000 people died. Same number of people died by suicide. Nobody talked about it, but everybody talked about the tsunami. America is a superpower. How many, oh my God, we have reached our number. Just give me 1 minute. I can go and change the. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Is gone none to edit. Now people can cross 500. Okay. Go. Okay. Is it okay? My language is not hard enough. I'll make it more hard. See, sometimes I speak strongly. Please don't feel it is to hurt anybody. I'm addressing your mind. Many of us, like Dhritarashtra, that pampered the child. Our mind is like Duryodhana. So my job as a teacher, guru, is to slap the mind. So I use strong language. Don't think it is to you. It is to your mind. Okay? Don't take it personally. Now, how many you think suicides in America? Any guess? Chalo, let us have some interaction. How many suicides? You type on the chat. How many suicides you think? 100? 10. In America, there is social security number for Americans, not for Indians there. And that if you do not have a job, they give you unemployment allowance, I heard. Yeah. So how many suicides people are thinking? 25,000, 50,000? Mm-hmm. Only 50,000. Opa, it's a huge number.
Someone say 60,000, 650,000.
Not more. Give me 65,000. No. 6 lakh approximately. Yes. Snehal is quite correct. I think we should have some prizes. 650,000. You know, now that's feeling, some of the places, the Obama proposed during his time, let us put nets. Like before they announce the results in colleges, put nets because people just go drop and jump. I was actually asked this question that, in India, our population is 4 times America's population. 4 times. Why is it that in India we don't have these level of suicides? Can you think about it? If the population is 4 times, percentage is same, then India we should have 3 million suicides every year. We don't have that many suicides. What is the reason? We're mentally better, more stronger. Why? Even though we have India, also we are doing vices, not so much. When you do vices, means intoxication, gambling, all these things, what actually happens is that mind becomes weak. Say we are walking in the middle of the road and somebody hits you with one vehicle, then just like sumo wrestling, if you seen, if the person becomes so much body pain and tired, one touch he falls. So already mentally people are so weak because of their vices, that little touch, little disturbance in life, one breakup. They recently had an actor jumping, committing suicide, or anything, they easily commit suicide, very easy. But mentally strong person, I remember in our time when I studied in college, one teacher is there, He failed 70% students in a course. Can you believe it? 70% of us got, I was also the one, we got F. Couldn't believe. And the course was turbulent flow, fully turbulent. We just didn't get him what he was teaching in the class. And you could go away with that. Today, it is not possible. Half will commit suicide. Even the entrance papers are kept simple today, but people mentally are very weak, youngsters. Our time it was quite, okay. I'll tell you how many of us we got slap or not in the class from the teacher. Today it will become case. मुर्गा तो ऐसा था कोने में बनते थे और हाथ में स्केल क्या 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 पड़ता था and we used to tolerate. We are mentally much more stronger. Today the generation younger is becoming little weak, physically also weak. One teacher with a duster hit the hand of a student, his finger broke. वहां तो क्या क्या पड़ता था. So actually it is true, people are becoming mentally weaker, but the statistics show it. If not anything, statistics don't lie. People, suicide rate is high, divorce rate is high. That shows in India now, this was America, 50% of Indians consume tobacco now. Previously, there has been some reduction in the men, but the women have picked it up. So the number has not come down percentage wise. Previously, women were not doing. So now men only were doing. Now women have also learned. Okay. 33% consume alcohol. So these things are there. We are not far away. So now what do we like to do? See, we remember our noble country. When Britishers came to India, you must have heard the statement. It's very wonderful country. Lord Macaulay's statement. People are very morally upright. We lost all that. Not totally, to some extent, we are lost. One side, we want to become rich and powerful, like America, we want to become. Other side, we don't want to carry the baggage that they are having. The level of personal life is, many people I asked to work in America, they say actually they're also good people because they don't have cultural training. They easily mess up their personal life. They really mess up their personal life. I say people are not bad anyway, but no proper training. They easily get into substance abuse. It's quite easy, much more, and then easily mess up their personal relations. So we don't want that. If suppose I tell you, you got a job in Syria, you get 5 lakh, 10 lakh per month salary. Would your wife allow you? Nobody will allow you. The same way, if you say, I become a rich country today, like America, but the divorce will be 55%, suicide will be a few millions every year, and all these things, then you say, better remain poor. What is the use of becoming rich? So can we have the both thing together? Can we be the richest country in the world with all the great values our country used to have together with it? Can we do that? That is the objective of this course. Let us be the richest. Poverty is a curse. Why you want to be poor? Let us be rich. Let us everybody have the comforts of life. Why Krishna doesn't want us to be poor? Yudhishthira Maharaj became the emperor. Krishna doesn't want it devoted, not that they don't have anything to eat. That's not his objective. But let us have people who are wealthy, comfortable, at the same time we have people who are morally the best. See, I heard in Japan, morality is very, values are very strong. They had come for Olympics. If you remember during that time newspaper report, they crashed out in some game. I think it was a soccer or something, sports. They crashed, they lost. Either Olympics, some game. After they lost the game, all the fans, they cleaned the stadium, they cleaned the rooms they are staying, and they wrote a small letter, thank you. Whole world was shocked. What is this values of this country? Aren't these people so good? Isn't it? Do you like it or not? Did you, when you hear that, wasn't that beautiful to hear? They were very nice. They congratulated the other team. They didn't sit in the middle of the field and cry. Okay, so you did well. Then they cleaned the stadium where they're sitting, cleaned all their rooms very nicely before going, and wrote a nice letter. Thank you very much. So why not our country will be like this? Don't you feel proud? Only the rich is the only thing we want. Is the only thing proud you feel about the wealth? Want to feel proud of the country? Anybody visits your country, says people are so special. Like Lord Macaulay made the statement that time. I cannot see people bad here. People are so good in this country. Won't this be a pride for us? I think that will be even more important than the wealth. But why not both together? A country with a lot of values, at the same time a rich country. That is the objective of why needing to control the mind. There is so much chaos and confusion society today. Why? If you have all this kind of animals in a room, these are, I think, jackals, don't expect peace. So today, what the governments are doing, they're keeping people in the level of animals, and they want to create peace. You try communism, you try capitalism, you try Monarchy, you try any formula. Socialism, nothing will work. If the people are on the level of animals, they find a way to bite each other. You have to lift the people to higher platform. Just like even animals, very rare. Sometimes it does happen. Cows also fight, very rare. But generally, you see a Goshala, 100, 200 cows will be there. One devotee was there. He is our temple president in Tirupati. He is my good friend. He was telling me if somebody is depressed, I tell him to come to Goshala. That's all I do. As I give him a japmala, sit down. Just observe the cows all day. You know, Kaushala, there is a smell of the cow urine, cow dung, which interestingly is very sweet, very nice smell, very pleasing smell. And he said there's a person is chanting, and he looks at the cow. What is the cow is doing whole day? Peaceful eater is the coolest animal, you know. Seeing the coolness of the cow, nice aroma there. And if he's better, he chants some round, does some go seva, cleans the cow shed, bathes the cow. He said, this is not only here, this has reporters come around the world. You know, in Australia, our psychologist, when the people find depression cases, he takes them to the countryside, villages, and make them do some go seva, and people become so peaceful and happy. So, but society, what is happening, government, they're keeping people on the level of dogs and jackals. Nothing will work. We cannot expect peace because people are just on the level of animals today. Animals will only bark at each other, jeer at each other. Don't expect animals to do better. For one who has conquered the mind, mind is the best of friend. Fail to do so, mind will remain the greatest enemy. Uncontrolled mind, what it cannot do, it can do anything. It will totally destroy you. Suppose I have an enemy. Now, what my enemy will do? Enemy will actually maybe speak some bad words. You are doing a job, he'll get you terminated from the job. Possible. But your ability, your all abilities are intact. But mind will totally eat you from inside. वो तेरा दिमक, only the body will remain inside. You'll be totally eaten up. कुछ नहीं रहेगा. Touch. There is nothing. No character, no values, nothing. No integrity, nothing. It can totally destroy and cause all this kind of problems. And many times what happens, big crimes happen, murders happen. What do we do? All the people collect and sit with the candle. Now, by lighting a candle, it is good. But by that, nothing will happen. We have to go study how the mind is becoming disturbed, go inside and control the mind. Particularly, I deal with the youngsters last 20 years. And one thing I've seen, they come to teenage at the time, so many desires, sex desire, all erupt out. They are not taught brahmacharya at all, how to control the mind and sense that they're not, there is no training. 5 to 15, the training has to happen. He has to be told how to fix his mind, keep his mind pure. There is no training. He only knows how to gratify the senses. And when the new desires open up as the age is developing, he doesn't know how to handle. Then he loses his concentration on studies. Now the parents put pressure, get us marks. Teachers laugh at him. You have come to a joke or a studies? Friends jeer at him. What he can do except suicide, tell me. He's just not able to handle. Nobody gets into him. No, sir, my dear child, why does the parent say to the child, are you having some difficulty? No parent does that today. They just compare. You are doing like that. My neighbor got that person got that. Not katti. One mother told a boy, not katti. He told his marks, not katti. You cut my nose now. Now he feels so much disturbed, depressed, but he's not able to control his mind. He needs a helping hand. Instead of that, I'm not saying every parent does it, but some parents do that. Why don't they sit down with the child? My dear child, are you having some difficulty in focusing? Huh? Please tell me, I'll help you. Want that we so want? He doesn't nobody to look to. Nobody. Neither parent, neither teacher. How many students have confessed to me? Nobody to look to. Just pressure. I give an example of cricket match for that. You know, the cricket match, they throw a ball. Now, suppose the batsman is gotten and getting run. I think some cricket match is going on. So when the batsman is not getting score, what they do? They hit the ball still harder. Out of the stadium, they'll throw. No chance of a catch. Okay? The bowler is not getting wicket. He'll throw the ball still harder. So that 150 miles or 200, it should just pass through and wicket should throw in the air. And the fielder is not getting out. He'll throw at such speed so that he run out happens. Everybody is using the ball. Is anybody think about the ball? Nobody thinks. So similarly, we are like the ball. For a young boy, 20-year-old, parent want good marks, teacher want projects to be done best, friends want good parties, everybody wants something. Nobody thinking. If you push this ball too much, the ball will break. That's what actually happens. So many suicide cases actually are the fault of the society. They don't sit with the child. They never taught him how to control the mind. They never knew itself how to control the mind. And when he gets in a difficult position, they don't share his difficulties. He can't even know. If he tells one difficulty, they shout at him more. Mama, I'm not able to control my mind nowadays. I'm not able to study. Hey, pagal ho gaya kya? Just how much just a fear and pressure will work. Sometimes we need to go to the detail and study what are the things which are not able to produce result because of which he's struggling. A solution is a control mind. Now, in controlling the mind, we're going through 1, 2, 3, 4 stages. Very interesting one. First one is called unconscious incompetence. See, today I'm not started 27 techniques. It's just trailer going on before the class. Then after this, techniques will start. Physical, mental, and spiritual. Say a bike. Every youngster thinks he knows how to drive a bike. Okay, he goes and sits on it, and he falls. First thing is he knows he does not know. He doesn't know how to drive the bike. Unconscious incompetence. What does he do? He goes to the bike and he tries to drive the bike, falls on the ground. Second stage is conscious in I is aware. I don't know how to drive. You got it? First thing he says, I know, but actually he doesn't know. So unconscious incompetence. Second thing is conscious incompetence. He comes to know, I don't know how to drive the bike. Are you getting me? Little technical, but it is interesting. The third thing is he one friend says, okay, don't worry, I'll teach you. One friend teaches him. And then conscious competence, very consciously. Now press the clutch, now change the gear, now this. So that is conscious competence. Gradually, he very consciously does it. But a stage comes, once you've seen they are in the car, they take a call and tuck, they change the gears without even they don't even know when they did it. They don't even know when they did it. That is called unconscious competence. And that is the new you. So my purpose is that the 27 techniques which I'm going to tell you should be so well practiced, they don't remain theoretical, they become part of your personality. Okay. So break free from bonds, body, mind, and soul. We are splitting ourselves into three personalities: body, mind, and soul. We have the body, we have the mind, and we have the soul. Okay? So when the soul is connected to the body, when the soul is connected to the mind and soul is connected to the external world, it is named in a different way. When the soul is not connected to anything, that is called shushupti, deep sleep. When a soul is connected to the mind, that is called swapna, the time you get dreams. When soul is connected to gross body through the mind, definitely mind, body, external world, that is called jagriti. We are so-called awake. When the soul is connected also now to the spiritual realm, it is called turiya. So it says going susupti, swapna, jagriti, and turiya. When the Lord also comes within your perception, that is the highest stage of consciousness. So now let us continue. So there is soul covered by subtle body and gross body. Okay, we have a soul covered subtle body and gross body. So methods of mind control is physical methods, mental methods, spiritual method. What are the three methods? Physical, mental, and spiritual. Now physical methods, generally yogasanas, pranayama, kriyas, and sitting posture. These are all generally popular physical methods. Most of the people do them. They have temporary benefit. We are looking for something permanent benefit. Yes, very easy and easy things to do. Eating and sleeping. Early to bed, early to rise makes a person healthy, wealthy, and wise. Get up early morning. Now, therefore, spiritual life starts after buying an alarm clock. If you don't have one, buy one. Keep your something that volume keeps increasing. You can get that. You cannot beat it. And keep it so far away from your bed that you really walk 10 steps to stop it, and then you'll wake up. You can take help of somebody else also. Please wake me up. Somehow it will work. So you try to get up early. Automatically you sleep early. If you make it a rule, ideal time is 3:30 get up, 9:30 sleep. That's the recommended time we do. You see, many people are talking today about natural life. They eat organic food. So natural food, just think about it. Natural sleep. This electricity is new, na? Agree? So without electricity, that means body is not designed for the electricity. That is artificial. Natural life means there should no electricity. If there is no electricity, the power will go away at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, there is total darkness, all sunlight is over. Person will sleep by 8 o'clock. Max 9. 9:30, therefore I kept maximum. You sleep that natural for the body to sleep at 9, 9:30. You will happily with full satisfaction sleep and be ready by 3, 3:30, fresh for the whole day. Otherwise, you sleep at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, somehow make your day, and then you have to sleep somewhere. At the end of the day, you're sleeping 6 hours anyway. So why not sleep in a proper time? That's the point. Okay, and makes a person healthy, wealthy, and wise. Actually, at the night, you feel I have a whole night to do work, but actually, that's the time. If you don't value spiritual life, you'll work in the night. If you value spiritual life, person will sleep at night because the japa which is done in the morning is a wonderful quality japa. At Brahma Muhurta time, atmosphere is very calm, very peaceful and easy to chant the name of the Lord. Okay? And that is very quality. Suppose at this time of the day, if I want to chant my round, what will happen? So many calls are coming, so many things are there. You cannot concentrate. Okay. So for person who want to advance the spiritual life, first thing is get up early morning. And even in I've seen when you travel in the buses, you travel to some colleges, they don't put up early morning 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. They never put up any movie song. They put on small bhajans, always pleasing. They don't put on some movie song. Second thing is now food. You have to take care of the food. Eat sattvic food. Avoid rasic and tamasic food. This is given in Bhagavad Gita 17.8 to 10. Food is a mode of goodness, increase the duration of life, purify one existence, give strength, health, happiness, and satisfaction. As such, nourishing food are sweet, juicy, fattening, and palatable. Food in mode of passion cause pain, distress, and disease. Okay? And food cooked more than, so this is passion means too much bitter, too much, what do you say, strong taste, like lot of chilies, heavy masala, or bakery stuff. All this is Rajasic food. And food which is uneatable, stinking, which is tasteless, stale, put it, decompose, unclean, the food like a people in mode of ignorance. Try to eat sattvic food, avoid rasic and tamasic food. Okay? That will help you. You are what you eat. If you eat sattvic food, your mind will also be peaceful. Okay, done. So you can eat sattvic food like this, you'll be very happy. You can come. Our temple is open now in Bangalore. We have beautiful guest house also. Please communicate to us. Come and stay. Welcome. Urgency to importance. Okay? Second thing is, how do I organize my day? I think we do one at a time. Physical techniques maybe today. Mental techniques probably tomorrow we can do. And Sunday we can conclude by spiritual technique. That will be good, I think. We cannot take 4 hours of class at a time. Mentally very disturbing. Okay, now let us take to second one. Now we need to do how to organize our day. Very important. We have 24 hours. Some people achieve a lot. Some people don't achieve anything. Everybody gets the same number of days in life. Some people do so many things. Some people are not able to do. Let us analyze. Basically, we should not do any unimportant things. We should never do something which is not important for me. But sometimes crisis comes that also to be addressed. Therefore, this matrix comes. Daily study. Daily study will go here. It's important but not urgent. Okay. Hare Krishna. Where the smoking should go, anybody can tell? Mic is on now.
Not
Not
important.
urgent.
Not urgent, not important, Lordji.
Not
Not
urgent.
urgent.
Not important.
Not
Prabhuji,
important.
Not
should go in the
important, but
footnote.
also not.
It
In
could
the
be
blank,
column.
in the blank,
Be
empty,
important,
empty.
Not urgent, Lord.
both.
Okay.
Not
required
in the blank.
Exam where it goes. This, and this.
Urgent, Prabhuji. Urgent and
Urgent
important.
and important.
Important. Important.
Where
Depends
does
on the exam.
interruption go? Urgent, but not important. Since now you get
Non-urgent,
a,
not important.
Not important.
urgent, but not.
Not
See, I tell you why. Suppose you are now sitting in the class, you get a mobile call, mobile is ringing. It's urgent, you have to do something, but it's not important. Correct? You get a spam mail, you won $100 million. Urgent. But you see, it's not important. That's called spam. Room cleaning, perhaps once in a year. It's important, but not urgent. But not urgent, you understand. If
Important.
it's a medical crisis, if there is medical crisis, you will not clean the room. You'll clean it tomorrow. Correct? You'll not say, no, I have to clean my room now. Hey, Baba, run to hospital now. So these things are done. I think it is understood. This is a quadrant of crisis. This is a quadrant of interruption. This is a quadrant of waste. This is a quadrant of empowerment. Among all the four, actually, this is the most important quadrant. I'll now explain again. If you're always in quadrant one, that means you're a procrastinator. You always postpone work. Correct? Stress and anxiety, burnout, mediocre performance. Just
तनु वो
like
दे
this,
देगी.
what to do? People cannot manage their mics, so we have to switch off. Now, suppose you study one day before exam. Your exam is there tomorrow, and today you study. You may pass the exam, but your performance will be mediocre. So much stress and anxiety you'll have. Okay? So if you're a procrastinator, you'll always end up as a crisis manager. Somehow last minute do the work. This is, if you're always interrupted, means you're also a person like that, called yes man in this world. He cannot say no to anybody. Now suppose somebody comes to you, movie chalega, you have to satisfy him also. Chal chalte hain. Why don't you say no? I'm sorry, I cannot go today. I have some work to do. The reputation of being a pleaser, lack of discipline, feeling like a doormat for others to wipe their fit on. This is yes man. This is slacker, lack of responsibility, guilt and flakiness. This is slacker. And prioritizer, control of your life, balance and high performance. That is prioritizer. So which one we want to be? Correct? So we should come here. We should spend all the time in quadrant 2 as empowerment. What is that? Empowerment. We should avoid coming here. If you're balanced life, then crisis will not come. Suppose you are such a person that you have studied your exams for exam 3 times, 4 times. Then you sleep even before exam, you sleep at 9 or 10 o'clock. You're not in burnout. But here, there will be so much anxiety. And after exam, so much depression. Okay? This is understood? So what generally happens is that moment crisis is over, we go here or we go here. That's what youngsters do. As in moment college is over, I have my class after the college, say exam is getting Friday. So I have a big class on Friday evening thinking they're all free now, exams are over. Nobody comes. They either go to Goa, Manipal, somewhere they go. They want to enjoy at that time. They go here, they will drink and smoke, or they sit in the room and just gossip. They can waste their time. But actually, moment the crisis is over, if there is a crisis, you should go here and continue. Sometimes crisis does happen. Suddenly health emergency comes. This is the word is like that. You come here and then after that go back here. There is no question of going down. Why we are going down is because of weakness of the mind. Okay, done. This is also very powerful technique. What are the first one was? Get up early, sleep early, and eat sattvic food. Immediately you can implement that. It's not difficult at all. I told you 9:30 to 3:30 the ideal time. Fix it up. There is nothing productive good that happens generally after 9:30 unless you are working in a call center or some software company for America. Otherwise, you can really stop your day. Just sleep at 9:30. Close everything, switch off the light and sleep off. Get up at 3:30. Your well begun is half done. Again and again, so many surveys when science says that early bird is always healthy and mentally, even scientifically proven, better than the night owl. Night owl is actually a sign of mental weakness because anyway you're going to sleep anyway, and the work done in the morning is fresh and energetic. Night, the same work, a half an hour will take 2-3 hours to do, and your body is paining, sleep is coming. Oh, I need it. Why are you doing like that? Why don't you have some discipline? See, our Acharya Srila Prabhupada, true, he used to sleep only 2 hours, but he used to sleep always at the same time. 10 o'clock is sleep, get up at 12 o'clock in the night. That's it. That's it for him. So we are not like him, a strong personality. We sleep 6 hours. So sleep, find out your body's capacity. Don't try to imitate somebody. Do what you need. You need 6 hours, you need 8 hours. Schedule it up in the night, early sleep, early get, and you're fresh. Then when you get up for sadhana, for chanting, you're fresh. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You can chant with attention. So it even helps your spiritual life. Okay? And if you're organized the second thing like that, then what will happen? These things are not there in your life. Then if suppose somebody is there who's chanting at the same time as drinking, smoking, bad habit, and waste a lot of time, where is the time for chanting then? All the time is sucked out by these two things. Many people say fursatillah for chanting. Acha, 6 hours you can watch a movie, a cricket match. 10 hours you can gossip with friends about politics. And you don't have time for spiritual life. It doesn't make sense, no? So we need to understand. Okay, it's true or done. Third thing. Another reason why people are not able to concentrate in spiritual life or progress in spiritual life is attraction to opposite sex. Hours and hours they keep searching in the net for beautiful photos of girls. Hours and hours they do even other bad things, simply wasting. And they talk about girls. Hours in colleges when they get girlfriend boyfriend relationship, which is so common today. Hardly you can find somebody not in a relationship now. 4 hours. How are you? Blah 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 blah. So therefore, this one is for that. One prince, what happened? He was after a beautiful girl. And this girl, parents have just died. She was helpless, protectionless. But she didn't want to marry him because he was not a good boy. She didn't want to spoil his life. But how what to do? This boy will kidnap her, can force her. She's helpless. Every day, will you marry me? And she was very beautiful. Therefore, he was after her. Please marry me, please marry me, please marry me. She said, no, I cannot do it. But how to say that? If she says that in his face, he will kidnap her and take her away. There's nobody to protect her. So she says, I have to use my intelligence to save my life. So one day he comes and approach, will you marry me? I'll carry you in my chariot. You will be the queen of the world, blah, blah. She said, I don't like you. But how to say? She said, do one thing. My dear prince, 21 days give me. I'll marry you after 21 days. And one more condition, 21 days don't come here. I may not be here. I will go for different, so many works. Don't disturb me. Let me have some personal work. Let me finish up. And one condition, don't come here for 21 days. After 21 days, take my word. I'll be waiting to marry you here. As a movies, he was very happy. प्यार हो गया, मेरा प्यार सच्चा है, and he was jumping, jumping, jumping. And fools were watching that movie. There are people like that who know the better work, watch some nonsense movie. प्यार सच्चा है, मेरा प्यार सच्चा है, प्यार हो गया, प्यार हो गया. कहाँ प्यार नहीं, वह काम हो गया. Lust and love, there is so much difference. What people in this world say as love is actually generally lust. Okay, generally what happens when I'm, sir, in my case it is love. Sometimes when somebody came to me that I'm not giving my final 12th class exams. So what happened to you? You are doing good student. No, the situation is that I've fallen in relation with the girl. I said, this is all lust here. This is not love. Give it up. No, sir. In my case, it is love. Acha, acha, acha. This is how the mind cheats us. Okay? So he came and he wanted to marry her. And she said, okay, 21 days. He went away, dancing and singing and enjoying. 21 days, he said, we'll go away in days. I'll go to marry this such a beautiful girl. I love her. Okay, take it done. 21 days later, he comes. She's sitting on the chair outside. You can see she's so thin, he's not even able to recognize her. So she says, I'm waiting, no? Chariot is ready? Yeah, he had brought chariot with flowers, with decoration, put scent everywhere, wearing a new diamond kirita. Nowadays, he looked like a joker, but that is the fashion those days. So he comes in front of her. So she said, I'm ready. Let us go. Who ready? Where is that girl? That girl must have put you here. She's not here. The girl which I proposed is not here. She, I am the same girl, but my beauty I have separated. So what actually she had done, for 21 days, she had not eaten 1 gram. If she ate something, immediately she took purgatives and laxatives to puke it or lose motion. So somehow she survived 21 days, hardly eating. If she eating, you have to eat sometimes. You'll die if you don't eat 21 days. She ate something, then after some time to purgative laxatives, again throw it out. She kept losing weight and she lost, say, 15 kilo weight. It's theoretically also possible. Say you are a 55 kilo, I assume a girl, she became 40 kilo. All veins, all eyes are black. And he came to her and he could not recognize her. And then she said, see, my beauty has separated. And she gave him the two part. In one, all the vomit were there. In one, all the loose motion were there. Take, go and enjoy. Okay? So what do you understand? Liquid beauty. That is all the beauty we are after. So if you can come out of this foolishness, enchanted by this bag of stool and urine, actually you'll become strong in your spiritual life. Here it is. This, if I show this again, it will copyright violation like that. So let me jump. This is also the change of the faces. Our faces are actually not different from animals. There is no difference. We are almost same. Now I go to the fourth one, brahmachari and the rat. There was once one brahmachari. What happened to him? His guru said that, see, I'm going for a pilgrimage. You study here. Nice brahmachari, looks like 16-year-old, something like that, very handsome. So Guru said, I'm going for a pilgrimage. My dear Shishya, you are very bright, very wonderful, very pure. You sit down here and study the Shastra very nicely. And pilgrimage takes time. I'm not 1 or 2 days. I may come after, say, a lot of days. 21 years. He asked for him a good time. Because if you're going to walk from here to Bangalore, it takes 15 days. In a day, you can walk only 20, 25 kilometers. Suppose you're going for a pilgrimage, Char Dham Yatra, go to Badrikasham, Kanyakumari, everywhere, it will be easily 10, 20 years. So I'll come after 20 years' time. Take as a theoretical example. So you study all the Shastras, everything. I already given you the hint. Thorough, become a scholar and teach to all the community. We have a famous ashram here, people come to learn. And he tells his congregation, which is regularly visit the temple, take care of this boy. He's a very nice boy. So we will take care, no problem. He said, oh no, I go. So he went for the pilgrimage. Now this boy started studying. Now what happened? He was in the first shloka of Bhagavad Gita, Dharma Kshetra, Kurukshetra. Suddenly what happened? He found a dhoti is torn. So how can I study? My dhoti is torn. So what he did? He went to the neighbors. He got very worked up. He could have done, close the hole or something, kept his clothes on a better place. There are always easier way to maintain the thing. But he was into complicating the life. So he went to the neighbors, rat is there, and my clothes are written, I can't leave. I'm in the first look only. I have only 2 sets of clothes. So don't worry. No. He was scared to say, okay, we'll do one thing. We'll give you a cat. So the cat will take care of the rat and you can peacefully study. So they gave him a cute cat and he brought the cat to his ashram and kept the cat. Generally, as an example, it is given, cats and dogs we don't keep inside the ashram. Now you get the cat came inside the ashram. And then what happened? Rat went away. But what is the problem now? Cat want milk. Cat will not leave you. If the cat is hungry, it will go all around you. It makes, when I was childhood, we had a cat in a house. I think all of you know. It doesn't allow you to sit. It raises its tail and go all around you. So you become very disturbed. We went back to them. The cat, because the rats have gone away, but the cat is harassing me. It wants something. Yeah, it needs milk. Oh my God, I have to, where will I get milk and other food for the cat? I'm busy. So do one thing. What? We'll give you a cow. So this cow milk you can take and give it to the cat. Rats are away. Okay, thank you very much. They even go down and brings a nice milking cow to his place. Done. Now the problem is, just like Krishna Balaram used to go every day morning for chara and come back in the evening. That's how you have to give chara. Not like today, go to shops and purchase chara. That's not the good for the health of the cow. Cow should walk and it selects what it wants to eat. Why you want to force it to eat something which it will not like? Correct? You also are just not in front of mouth, Kuti. Is it the way? Let me choose what I want to eat. So when a cow walks, good for the health of the cow, and cow selects what it wants to eat. That gives a very nice milk. She knows what it should eat. So now your whole day goes, but 10 o'clock you go with the cow, evening you'll come 6 o'clock like Krishna Balaram used to go with the calves and cows as a Vaishya. So whole day he was with the cow only. And then he went back to the public. They say the congregation who are helping him, what can I do now? The cow gives milk, but I have to boil the milk. Then I have to give milk to the cat, and because the cat rats are not there. But so much work is there with the cow. Whole day take it for chara, bathe the cow, milk the cow, and then sometimes the cow falls sick, go to a kind of doctor. Lot of work now. I'm not getting any time. They say we will do one thing. We'll get you married. The wife will take care of everything, and you sit and read. So you understood now? Start with the cat, rat became cat, and then cow, then a wife. So they married him off with a young girl. It looked like almost 16, 18-year-old girl. They married off. Now, the guru came after 20 years. The condition was like this. He was all around. He had hundreds of children's, grandchildren's, and he was still in the first shloka. What is the essence from here? Keep the life simple. Don't complicate your life. So, what are the things you learned today till now? Number one, sleep early, get up early. I'm not talking in the air now. Please implement it. Otherwise, this classes, what is the use of taking time? Eat sattvic food. Don't eat rasic, tamasic food. Rasic means too much this thing, and tamasic means stinking, including liquor. Don't touch all those things. Tamasic food will make you tamasic. And get to sleep early, get up early. First thing you can always do. Second thing, organize your life and always be on a quadrant of empowerment. Do things that are important but not urgent. Two. Third thing, keep your life simple. Don't complicate your life. So always you'll have time. Fourth, sir, we are on the fifth. Fourth was liquid beauty. Don't be distracted with so-called beauties of the world. Beauty is only skin deep. I was asking one sannyasi, I want to remain brahmachari. So how do I remain? He said, when you see a girl at 50 years to her face, that's it. You'll not get attracted to any girl. So like that, somehow or another, keep away from the so-called foolish attractions of this world. So these four will help you. And the final thing for, I think, for today, circular concern and circular influence. See, if there are certain things in life we can do something about, and there are certain things in life we are concerned about. We should be focused only on influence, not on concern. That is the principle. I can be more punctual. I can be more sincere. I can be more disciplined. I can study for my exam. These all are made for the youngsters, so don't mind. That focus is for the. So this is what I can do. But I'm not, people don't love me, people tease me, people say I'm an ugly looking boy, a public is not, image is not good, circular concern. You cannot do anything about it. Why you're bothered about it? You be focused on what you can do something about. Proactive people, positive people, they're always focus circular influence, work on things they can do something about. Negative people always concern, focus, even they go to weak mind, they find focus on faults of others. What is the benefit in discussing somebody's fault? How does it gain you anything? Waste of time, and you create enemies. Proactive people, I can be more patient, I can be more cooperative, I can be more wise. This is what we should be. If I had a better friend, if I had a better face cut, if I had more cooperation, why you're crying all the time? Problem, you have problem. Direct control, something which you can directly control, problem involving your own behavior. Yes, work on improving your own habits. Do something about it. Problem, indirect, problem involving other people's behavior. What is the solution? Improve method of influence. Improve your circular influence, inside out, not outside in. Improve your ability to influence people. Correct? That is better. Your circular influence inside, not outside in. Problem we can't do anything about. Smile and learn to live with these problems. What can be done? Be peaceful, be detached. Oh Lord, give me the courage to change the thing which can and ought to be changed, the serenity to accept the thing which cannot be changed, and the wisdom to know the difference. So let me change the things which can be changed, and things which cannot be changed, just ignore them and know peacefully the difference between the two. Okay, I think this much is enough for one day. Hare Krishna. Now, anybody has any questions? Who wants to be the admin? Do the job. You can type your questions. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Why no audio? They are not able to hear.
I can hear, Prabhu. There is one question. What was point 3, please?
Which one?
That one, no, Prabhuji. The beauty.
Beauty. The point was that don't be distracted by so-called beauty and waste your time. Beauty is only skin deep. Real beauty is of the soul, not of the this flesh and bone. No, that is experimented. But if you chant holy name, that will be more effective even than that. But if suppose there is a Goshala, sit and chant there. It will really this very nice. Okay, 5 point again we revise. Let us do that. Nice, simple. First, we had a bit of introduction today, and which felt that the need of mind control. And first one we said, oh, eating and sleeping. We said sleep early, get up early. Make a resolution today to start sleeping earlier. Sweet is 9:30 to 3:30. Come as much nearer you can come. The second thing was eat sattvic food. Don't eat rastic tamasic food. A rastic tamasic food will spoil your health and disturb the mind also. Take it. Then second thing was empowerment the time. This was our main thing there. Spend all time in your life here. You should actually make this chart personally and see things which are going here. And then with a determination, eliminate them. If possible, if need be, take help of your friend or elder to help you come out of addiction. I remember one person out there later became a nice devotee. He said, when I was in college days, I was addicted to smoking. So I made a resolution that I don't smoke. I will not touch my finger to the cigarette. He said, still I had to take, I was with my lip only taking out the cigarette and smoke. He said, we break around and then I took help of some friends for some days to see no cigarette in my room. And he came out. So you can take help of anything you find here has to be eliminated because it's not important, no? And why have to be a yes man for people? We should be ready to say no. I'm studying now. I'm sorry, I don't do these things. And you may upset one or two people, but at the end of the day, you save your life. A slacker, avoid this. Always you should be here. Then you are really constructively. That's the youngsters tell me, sir, 1 minute I'm not able to spend constructively. Except the day before the exam come, I'm in anxiety and fear. I do little studies. I've lost all interest in my life. And what days go, full day, 1 minute I cannot spend in a constructive way. This is what they are here and here today. So if you can have little more situation, you can come here. That should be your goal. All the time, control of life, balance and high performance. You should be here. This will also be avoided if you are here well. Correct? And these two should not be done at all. Okay. Then came our liquid beauty we discussed, and liquid beauty we talked about a case where actually the beauty is skin deep. We should not get lost into this beauty. See, these are the actors before today. It is like this. What is so much we are after? Have you seen so many cases? I myself had an occasion to meet my classmates, and on those days I used to be really envious of them. They look so handsome. 25 years later, when I see their photos, as the age increases, all the difference vanishes away. And after a certain age, it's difficult to know he's male or female. That also goes away. So what is this so-called beauty we are so much mad after? We spend hours in front of mirror, wasting our time like a fool. This is a picture to show actually we are almost like, I don't want to show them now because then the video will be blocked like yesterday's video. Uh, Oh, we didn't make it live today, Mataji. We have just recorded it.
No, Mataji. No, Prabhuji, because of copyrights, no? If any
No
copyrights.
problem. No, we didn't do anything today, copyright violation. Okay. So this is, if copyright violation, not that you will easily upload to the YouTube, not a problem. Okay. And then this we discussed about not complicate your life, keep your life simple. And most important, focus on circular influence. Don't focus on external what people say. Let them say whatever they want. What can I do about it? Let me focus on what I can do something about. That will be very nice. Positive person. Circular influence. Don't want to go about circular concept. I think all the four are simple and sweet principles can be applied immediately. Tomorrow we discuss mental controls and then Sunday spiritual controls. Same time. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Three raise hands are there. I'll unmute them. Aish Patel, please unmute yourself.
Yes, Patil ji. Hare Krishna.
I am a 10-year-old boy, and what shall I do to control my mind, and how can I be Krishna conscious? I have been joining the Bhagavad Gita classes for kids.
What time do you sleep?
I sleep at 9 or 10 o'clock.
Very good, very good. Then next one, the first one was what? Early to bed, that is done. Why you eat sattvic food or you eat so many other things? You eat chaat masala, pani puri?
No, I
Good.
rarely eat once a month.
Okay, that is okay. Once a month is okay. Then second one, what are the second? Today, okay, you tell me what are the 5 points we discussed?
We discussed about liquid beauty. We discussed
Whatever, liquid
about
beauty anyway. For you, there is no attraction at that age. Okay, done.
rise up, wake up
That,
early.
that is done.
Then
Second
we
one.
learned about the 4 quadrants. And we,
Okay, time management. So you are wasting time in playing games and watching cartoons
no, I don't watch any cartoons, and
and
I
playing
don't
games.
watch TV also. I read books, and I love to read books.
You don't play games a whole day.
No, I
Very
don't
good.
like.
Very good. Two. Then third one.
I have a whole bookshelf of books.
Very nice. And then third one, liquid beauty. That is not an issue for you. And the fourth one.
Fourth one was that.
Don't complicate your life.
Yes.
So your life is simple.
Yes.
As simple.
Most of time, but sometimes it gets a little bit complicated.
Yeah. And the last one, fifth one, circular influence, circular. You are bothered about what the friends will say about me. They are saying I'm not looking good.
No, I am not at all bothered about that.
Very good. So then you're already following all of the first today's technique. Let us see tomorrow mental and then Sunday spiritual techniques. Okay?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you. You are an ideal boy, sweet boy. Hare Krishna. Ayush. See, he is a good example at that age, 10 years. If he remains like that, how beautiful it will be. Yes, Mataji. Next.
Rita Panjwani, unmute yourself. Rita Panjwani, unmute yourself one more time.
You said we have to eat sattvic food. Now, don't laugh. I would like to say that for lunch I ate bitter karela, mirchi ka salan, and limbu sharbat, which are sour, bitter, hot. And I started with sev puri ka chaat. Now all 4 are bad.
No,
but
see, once in a while, once in a while,
it's
it's okay. See, even medically, you are a mother, you know. Once in a while, we go out, we eat chaat masala, but daily, you know, it will cause problem. It will cause stomach problem.
But that does not mean we should not eat karela ka bhaji and limbu, which is very good for health.
This is sattvic ahara. No, we are talking about chaat masala, which you take on the roadside. My God, the smoke comes from the ear. So much chili they put, correct?
Yeah, I love chaat, but I make only at home. I don't eat outside roadside chaat.
No, see what happens. Too much chili will burn the stomach inside. You know, I have Andhra friends. Andhra friends, you have seen them? You have gone to Andhra?
Yeah. My best friend is from Andhra and she is attending the class. Her name is Suguna.
How they eat as if smoke comes from the ear. That much chili they put.
I love Andhra pickle. I used to beg her to give me Andhra mango pickle because it was so chilly and so tasty. I love it.
Okay, then that is okay. Try to as far as possible. You have heard whenever you take too much pickle, your mother says, "What chili? Beta, you will become angry easily."
No, with pickle, nothing happens to me. But
pickle,
when
I'm not saying. I'm just talking about strong chili. See, try to understand.
In fact, when I love South Indian foods and I go to eat idli, dosa, sambar in South Indian hotel. But whenever I eat chutneys, I come back and go to toilet. I don't know why. I can never digest those chutneys.
Yeah,
is it non-sattvic?
Anyway, the point is simple, Mataji. Sattvic ahara means fresh, hot, and not very heavily spiced, not heavily chili. The sattvic is good for health also. You know, too much spices and chili work on the intestine, you'll get ulcers. You know that medically it is true.
Yeah,
That's what
yes.
all is said. You know, that's what the quotation said the same thing. You know, it is not only from Bhagavad Gita. We just repeated the words from Bhagavad Gita.
But then science says mirchi is good for health.
Little, little it should be taken.
That's why parrots also eat
Little.
mirchi.
No, little, not too much, not too much. See, food is the mode of goodness, increase the duration of life, purify, just give strength, health, happiness, satisfaction. Juicy food is all.
Yeah, the next line, I ate the bitter, the
Too bitter,
sour.
too sour, salty, pungent, very hot, unlike people in the mode of passion. So we know we are what we eat. See, even by music, I can know what a person is. Some people like classical music. They can they are sattvic people. Some people pyar ho gaya, mohabbat. That are rasic people. Some people you are dead, I am dead. That is tamasic people. So we can know a person what kind of food he likes. Okay? So sattvic people like very pleasant taste. They don't like very strong taste. Rasic people like strong thing, and tamasic people like stinking things. Oh my god.
I'm vegetarian, by the way. I eat only vegetarian food.
Yeah, I didn't say that. I'm saying these two are there. Chalo. Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
but that other foods are so tasty to mouth. Thank you, sir.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
The next person is Sumita S. Mataji, you can unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna.
Sumita S. Oh, yo. Sumita S.
Hare Krishna. It is not Sumita, it is Sumit. Basically, I think you read it Sumita.
Okay,
So,
okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Guruji, I have a certain queries regarding the initial during the beginning of the session. We were having certain some certain comparisons with the Western world. In terms of what is going on there and how things are not really going well due to a lack of spiritual or cultural foundations. Yeah, and I always have this. I used to believe this very strongly because for a very long, I'm like 37 years old now, so for a very long duration of my life, I used to believe that our system, as an Indian, our system is so good, so superior, so supreme that the rest of the world does not even know what it means to be like a supreme human being. I mean, I was so. I mean, since childhood we hear this from all around, as in like our elders say this. Our education system in a way says this, that we have a
No, see,
great
it's not that
culture, we have this.
what it is today. Today, India is as bad as any part of the world, but it used to be good. Not that we are talking.
No, yeah. This is where I'm trying to reach now. So I try to do an analysis on that information. So historically, we were very good, and we were like how you mentioned about the British, early colonizers said that Indians, when they found very nice people in India, they are like very good and stuff like that. But there is a catch there, Guruji, because even though we say all those things, I cannot see India apart. The entire world, like the rest of the world, has been a phenomenal part in becoming contributors of what the world sees as innovation, as progress. But from India, if you really look into it, yes, we have a lot of engineers, we have a lot of doctors, we have a lot of scientists and stuff like that. But we work for certain corporations, we work for certain organizations, we work for different countries, work for different people, basically. So as India, as Indians, I really do not see that we are placed in the global map as innovators or people who are leading the packs. We are never that. And
See what
if
is
all these
happening
things,
now.
yeah.
What is happening now? You're taking an issue which I am not interested. You're talking about mind control. Why you're bringing India and America? That was a side
No,
issue.
no, Guruji. I
Make
think
it
you're
an
mistaken.
issue. This is not my issue. We are a world teachers. We have centers in America also. We never tell them India is superior to you. We never tell them. But you're
No.
making-
I
I'm
think
not interested in.
you mistook what I was trying to ask, because it is not that I am not trying to
See,
prove a
for us,
point here that
whole world is a ground for teaching. We are not after India, America. We are not interested in that.
no, Guruji, but
I just a
in the
side issue
session
I touched. It was a side issue. You have made it the main, as if my class was on this topic. I'm
not
talking
Guruji.
mind control, which is for everybody. Not India is
Yes,
special,
Guruji.
India is great. That is not the issue at all.
I understand that, but the
Why are you
references
making
you
a lecture
made,
on that, which I'm not interested?
Guruji, the references you made,
Can you stop this, please? Please stop this. We are not interested in this talk. This is a side issue I touched, and you made it the main issue.
yeah,
Please,
this is
we're
something
not
that I
interested in
expected.
the katha of this. We are interested in the controlling the mind, and you're taken to the India, America.
Guruji, if we are talking about something, we have to be, touching the, foundation of that conversation. Right now, I am coming to that. You are not letting me speak.
No, I
So,
don't have time, please. Just have
all
some.
right, fine.
More or less, I'm
Thank
not
you.
interested in this level of talk. This
Sure,
level of
Guruji.
social talk, I'm not interested. It is a
All
side
right,
issue
Guruji.
I touched, and you have made it a main thing for my talk. That is
No,
not.
Guruji, but the way those comparisons were made in terms of cultural differences and things like
Some other
that,
time.
I
Some
found
other
it pretty
time. Some other
misleading,
time.
Guruji.
Some other time.
Thank
Not
you.
now.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
The next person, Giriraj
The whole
Singaraj.
class will get distracted into something else. Chalo, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Girija Singaraju.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to ask you how to influence children in cultural direction. Actually, there are so many entertainments available everywhere. So how do we influence as a parent, or how do we influence them?
See, first thing is that you should be strict. Generally, I've seen, like we have talked this in the class also, don't be, what you say, attached. You should be affectionate. You should be able to tell your child, you cannot play games whole day in this house. You're not permitted here. Parents can't say that today. You should be able to be strongly say no. When in no means no. Just like today, somebody was hijacking the class itself to some other. I had to say no. He likes or not, I don't care. You have to say no sometimes. Correct? You tell your child no, not permitted here. That's it. He likes or not, we cannot please everybody in the world. True? Say no, I'm sorry, child. You should be able to say strongly when things are wrong is wrong. Tell your child, no, you cannot sit and play game whole day in this house. He will know. You are feeding him. But parents today are so attached, can't say that. And isn't it the main problem? There is a college here, PU college, and there the parents admit the children only because the reason the college doesn't permit mobiles and computers.
Yeah.
And I asked the management, he said, these are children of very good parents. And because we make a law, it's not allowed in the campus. No mobile is allowed. No computer is allowed. Everything is under control. And it's a very famous PU college, very good results. So, but why the parents can't do at home? Why they are so weak? Correct? When the management in college is able to say, why they are not able to say at home? Correct? So first thing, you should be able to say no strongly. No means no, sir, this is not permitted. I will give you half an hour, but not 2 hours. Okay, na? One thing. Second thing is that atmosphere in the house should be like that. You should be reading books. You should be chanting name of the Lord. You should be getting early in the night, early in the morning. You should be able to give a good example. And third thing is that we should be able to break some relationship with the child. As the child grows up, he will have difficulties. So you should be able to open out and you can discuss with them. Sometimes when children don't perform, your parents put a pressure. Instead of that, you can sit with the child and say, my dear child, is it like this? We can discuss this. It will be very sweet.
Yes, Guruji.
What else do you say? Any other ways you think?
When we are trying to say it in a more stricter way, they are finding it. You are always telling me strict, no only, always.
Certain things, Mataji, what happens? Regulative principles, particularly regulated principles, create an emergency. And Chanakya's formula is very interesting for children. He says 0 to 5, full freedom. 5 to 15, uh, he says you slowly start training them. You may have to say no to the child 5 to 15. 15 to 25, he says you can give them some amount of freedom. Correct?
Okay.
And 25, he said you should give them total freedom. That's what Chanakya has said. Now, where the child comes, you understand. Generally, children
Okay.
means when you're saying 5 to 15, Hannah, that is the age. 5 to 15 means sometimes you have to say no, you can do. But 15 plus, he said you should treat him like a friend and gently suggest. But 5 to 15, you can even sometimes be strict. This is not allowed and be even angry. But
I'm
15 to 20, huh?
I'm asking between 15 to 25 only, Guruji.
15 25 is friendly, according to Chanakya. He was a very wise person. But see what happens, even though it's 15 to 25, like Acharya Prabhupada used to say to his disciples, you're all grown up people. I can humbly request. He used to say very politely, I cannot scold you. 5 to 15 scolding goes. 15 to 25, what happens? People get hurt. The ego is so big, they get hurt. Even though something is unreasonable, they get very hurt. Why
True,
did he, in
Guruji.
front of everybody, he has to tell me.
Yes,
There was
Guruji.
one person, I had come to temple. He was singing in some strange way. I said, don't sing like this in the temple. He's telling his mother, in front of everybody told me. What can I do, Mama? I have to come closely to ear and tell. And they don't sing like this. So the 15, 25, the age is like that. You get very hurt if it does something. So you have to, like a friend approach and then sit with the child and then talk. 15 and after 25, but still, if suppose somebody's child is breaking regulative principle, then it's emergency. Say child comes home drunk, there is no 15, 25, 50, whatever age it is. You have to be very, very serious. You got
No,
it?
no, it's not like that, Guruji.
Uh,
Only trying to streamline. That's it. They're doing well. Only trying to streamline into our cultural things.
Okay. So then, you know, he's quite almost an adult now, 15 plus. So how do we convince an adult person? Very gently, you have to suggest. There was one boy, I tell you, he's with me only. You've seen sometimes the Russian boy comes, okay? He was telling me that his grandmother wanted to teach him how to come out of meat. So she said, called him, explained to him one day. He said, I don't agree. He ran away. A small boy. Second time she called him again. That time she made very nice dishes, very nice, vegetarian dishes.
Yeah.
So he ate all that. Small grandchild. Now, don't you think, my child, this is not needed to eat meat? Yes, yes, grandma, I'll give it. So it works. I see one of the thing is, forget even the child, any person is open to suggestion. Every person in the world is open to suggestion. So we should be open to a suggestion. Correct? We should be open to a suggestion. So a child is also open to suggestion. He's with you. So you can
Yeah.
have an opportunity because 15 years, you're already seeing the result of your training. 5 to 15 is crystallizing now. At 25, the person becomes quite sure of himself. That's the problem. He may be ignorant, he may be foolish, he becomes quite sure of himself. So what we need to do is that as early as possible, put the good inputs inside him. 5 to 15, he was open totally. Doors are open. Whatever you say, he will just take it. As the age starts coming 15 years, he filters and then takes it. At 25, the door is closed. Practically, even that's not fully closed, but it is only little open. Person start developing as he's standing his own legs. He wants to stand by his own values. He has his own ideas. If the wrong input has gone or the good input has not gone, it doesn't develop as a proper balanced individual. So you still have time, 15 to 25, you can. But as a friend, you have to tell. You cannot scold now. That becomes difficult. Hannah, it
Yes,
becomes
Guruji.
difficult to scold now.
Correct.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. A question from chat. How to get rid of completely from smoking and drinking? How can we suggest other people? Slowly
I tell
they
you, see, smoking and drinking is not easy. It's not at all easy. Once we are addicted, it's not at all easy to come out. It's very difficult to come out. Very, very difficult. Once you are addicted, very difficult to come out. So because they go to rehabilitation camp, they again start it. So one thing is that take a higher taste, you can give up lower taste. So if you start chanting Hare Krishna, you get higher happiness, you can give up. Keep a good company all the time. If you're alone, then you have a urge and you'll do. So in front of a good company, you don't do. Just like I'm sitting in front of you now. Even if I smoke, I can't smoke now because you're all watching me. Swamiji, you're not supposed to do. So a company protects you, isn't it? Suppose parents are there at home, even though they don't say anything, by the presence itself, so many things you don't do. So good company is always keep yourself surrounded by good company. So they will protect you from any sin. That is one way you can do. And self-determination you have to make and cultivate a higher taste by which you can keep up lower taste. Okay. Yeah, cultivating knowledge that smoking will harm my lung, liver, that will also help you. But ultimately, unless higher taste is there, it's very difficult to give up lower taste. Why we are smoking, drinking? Because some way you become happy. But if the higher taste is
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. We'll go to next question, Prabhuji.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. This is again from a chat, Mr. Ravi Prabhu. Is it correct to suggest something I had not practiced in our young age, but have that expectation from our children? This dilemma always stops us from advising our own.
Yeah. No, but a father always wants child to be greater than him. See, there was one person who was an IPS officer. Okay? Yeah, I know him well. His son was preparing for IS. I said, what if your son becomes IS? Arey, father is always happy. Son becomes greater than him. See, sometimes a father may be drunkard, but doesn't want his son to drink. It is so true. He wants his son to be a hero, much more than what he could be. So there is nothing wrong in that. Expecting son to be better than yourself is a pleasure. I don't think it's a problem. It's a happiness. And parents, I've seen some parents, they drink, but they don't want the child to drink. And that's what happens sometimes. The child comes back home late. My dear child, where you were? I drank, father. Father gets very upset. He doesn't want him to get into that. That's normal. That's normal. Father to expect child to be better than him is quite normal and happy. That's a happy thing. But it's true. If you give a good example, it'll be easier for us.
Hare Krishna. Sulochana Mataji, you can unmute yourself. I have a
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Yeah.
I want to know how to serve Krishna when one expires in the family, because those 12 days we are not able to do the Naivedya or any offerings or light the lamp, etc. We can do japa, but what about offerings to Krishna? How do we do that?
12 days. Huh? When somebody dies in the family, that time.
Yeah.
No. I'm going to do cycling. What do you want to do? Cycling.
Basically what happens is that some people have to cooperate. That's why as the deities, I don't advise in the temple, in the houses. Just like in temple now, I have deities. I need to be 6 people. ISKCON is compulsory. 6 people should be ready for service. So those service seva cannot get disturbed. 6. Rule in ISKCON. 1 set of deities, 6. 3 set of deities, 18. Now in my new temple coming up, I have sometimes feel attracted to have more deities. They say, okay, 6 people we want committed for seva for each one. Temples can have the system. But at house, it is better to avoid having deities because very difficult to maintain seva, like in this situation. So all previously joint family, it was easy. Now families are nuclear, more and more difficult. A joint family is also easy. Somebody else can take up the work. Somebody else should do. That's one. See, another thing is that this understanding the principle of this in ISKCON, what do we follow? Say one devotee, suppose, ours also family death occurs. We see the situation, how close is the relation, and how much is the effect. If the person is all the time crying and is emotionally very disturbed, we don't allow him to touch the deities. But if he generally devotees are quite strong, 1 or 2 days they overcome and we say them to continue. That's what we follow. Well, see, every rule has an essence. Now go back to the essence. What is the essence? Essence is in front of the Lord, nobody should be sad because Lord doesn't do anything bad. Everything Lord does is good. Lord is always smiling. Correct? He's not done anything wrong. Oh, so then better keep him 1 or 2 days away. So he can see every day, things are painful in life. Somebody dies, it may be painful, so particularly near and dear. We just give him a couple of days. Generally, a devotee can overcome that, and without tears, peacefully he can do. Many a time, today the society is so nuclear, relations are all in paper only. So far away, you never met that person. They inform you he died. It hardly matters because it doesn't disturb at all. Isn't it true? Sometimes. Yes, Mataji.
Wait, Asmal.
Yeah. Next we'll go Prabhuji.
Okay, so we understand the point, Mataji, that sometimes
Hare
it's so far that hardly. Yes, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Am I allowed to speak? I've been asked to unmute.
No, please speak. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. First, I'd like to have your blessings, number one. Number two, over a period of time, I hear all of what you say, which we have crossed. Maybe smoking, 36 years smoking, drinking, I'll come out of all that. Now, I think a little blessings of yours will strengthen my desire to become more spiritual. But unfortunately, I'm not following the sleep pattern, what you suggested today, or the food, and neither the circle of influence. So
You come, you stay with us 2 days. 2 days you come and stay with us. You will get used to it.
yes. I will. Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Dhanvat, and I need your blessings, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. May I ask?
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I wanted to ask you in the view of what you suggested, how to deal with the blames, when you're putting in effort in family um, and the emotional abuse that sometimes happens. How to deal with that blames can like the circle of influence and circle of concern which you had suggested seemed quite relevant to me. So I wanted to know, and like I recently had a nervous breakdown because of that, because you can't explain it to people, and you just get choked when people are not ready to understand or hear you out. So how to deal with that? How
Yeah,
to deal with the blames of people, of the significant people in your family?
number one is humility always helps. See, we also live in a huge society. It's not live in temples, there are hundreds of devotees. So what do? I tell you. We also like a big family. Take care. Our practices keep us. See, in temple, there are no politics. We stay very happily, healthily. What practices we have? Sometimes there is a misunderstanding. There is a communication problem. We go very humbly. We bow down to the person. Say, I'm very sorry, Prabhuji. And I do not know. I look like I have upset you. Can you please tell me? We very humbly approach any person. You fall at his feet and you explain, he will open up. Oh, no, please. Generally, the people, they embrace the person. We figure out, please leave it. He forgives you. So humility always works. That's what we practice. We see, I have not lived in family 25 years, but we have lived in a large family. Family, there are 3, 4 people. We have 20, 25 people in a small temple like us. So how do we deal? We deal in this way. We just go, we bow down, and Prabhu, can you explain? Maybe I said something. I really didn't mean it. It has been misunderstood. We hard to, or what another thing we do, we approach the person senior. We approach that person senior so he can tell him. Suppose somebody is doing wrong and I cannot tell directly wrong and it is upsetting me and disturbing my whole service. We go to his senior and say, report, see, this person is not doing his service and it all comes on me. I also have my schedule. Everything has become disturbed. We go to his senior. So he hears it out and he tells. He calls and tells because he will not take an office when he tells. So I think these all things, systems can be thought about. And also serving. When you personally, we serve prasadam, we develop an attitude of service. In this world, the attitude of master or the master. But in the spiritual life is servant of servant. So when we go to serve somebody, particularly whenever we get a chance, we serve devotees, serve them prasadam or clean their room or do something for them personally. The person really feels very happy. In fact, very challenging it is. Somebody enters the bathroom very worried. He will wash your clothes. We don't want to give. You leave your plate 1 second. The way we develop training, he will wash your plate. So as service spirit, that helps. In the world is, trying to become master of the master. And actually, life is we should try to become servant of the servant. That makes the atmosphere happy.
Is
So
it like diverting yourself? Is it like you're towards God? I mean, towards getting
that is the
spiritual?
ultimate thing. That is the ultimate thing. If you can give your, see, Prahlad Maharaj, every day his father
It's all
tried.
about like controlling the mind, like you suggested. So I was just trying to understand, what do I do?
No.
I mean, I handled it previously a number of times, but then when it became really quite intense, so
See,
I broke down.
no,
So kind
program
of, wanted
no.
to.
What happened? You cannot have an exam which you cannot pass. Krishna cannot do that. Otherwise, if he's there, what is the use of him being there? So,
Right, exactly.
give the test. You should say, I
And
failed them.
this
What
Gita
do I have to do
discourse
now?
came along my life and I felt blessed. I mean, it just came like a prasadam to me. I'm so blessed.
So what you should do is that actually, the highest thing you already said, because the question was on the emotional, I taught. Highest thing is to sit down and give your heart to the Lord. Don't give your heart to anybody. पूरा जितना दिया है ना, वापस ले लो. वापस ले लो. And give it to the Lord, fully your heart. He doesn't know how to deal with it. Love him with all the heart and soul. Then what happens? He reciprocates. You feel so much spiritual bliss and happiness.
Hare Krishna.
Your happiness, you're wishing well for everybody. You know, happiness comes out from your eyes. You're wishing well for everybody. Everybody feels so happy in your company. That's the highest way to solve it. But at emotion level, immediately there is a recourse is this, that we become humble. If they're elders, you should always be polite, never cross talk. And, you know, it's not our culture to reply back to the elders. Never do that. And
Yes.
please, can I give me your advice? How can I present something to you? I'm supposed to serve you. I'm like your daughter, but some mistakes sometimes happen. Please pardon me. Anybody forgets. If you are polite,
Yes,
that's
sir. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you.
always humility. Okay. And sometimes
Yes.
somebody was telling me in our spiritual circle that if I go, one boy asked me, I said, see, he's very hurt now, doesn't even look at me. I said, go and apologize. No, if I apologize to him, he'll become proud. I said, that is his problem, not your problem. You do yours. Okay.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Devika Mataji. So we meet tomorrow.
Tomorrow you have many classes, no, Prabhuji?
Tomorrow, see
Hare
there.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Aish Patel again. Okay.
Prabhuji, can I just say something?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I just wanted to say I am really enjoying your Bhagavad Gita classes. I've been looking for these classes for such a long time, and with Krishna's mercy, you have been giving them. I'm learning so much, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for these classes. May Krishna shower his blessings on you today and always.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna,
I'm from London.
Oh, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
So I had the question that I want to become a space scientist.
But you have to search there.
I want to become a space scientist.
But then you have to locate Vaikuntha. Can you locate Vaikuntha for us?
Yes, I will try to.
And then you convince the whole world Vaikuntha is there, you're not seeing. Then Bhagavad Gita is correct. That will be great contribution.
So, how can I use this spiritual knowledge for my? I want to become a space scientist.
Spiritual knowledge says Vaikuntha is there. You have to locate and show to the world.
And one more question is there. I have been joining since I've been joining for 2 batches, the Bhagavad Gita classes. And so I've been joining for 2 batches and I got attracted to this because my mom and dad said that there is also science things in these books, and I found some also. So that's why I got attracted to this, and I just tried to.
Next week, I will take science and spirituality. You can attend it. Very nice. Very interesting.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hello. Few more questions. Okay, go ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, can I speak?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Don't laugh my question because I am in UK. I am live 15 minutes drive from Bhaktivedanta Mana. I go to the temple and do service. My problem is I like prasadam, Krishna's prasadam. And while Arati, if
Yeah,
I'm praying, my
microphone
mind
is
always
unmuted.
thinking
Please,
about the
Mataji,
food.
just wait. Somebody is talking parallelly. Continue, Mataji. I'll just mute up.
Because while they are doing the arati, after after 20 minutes, it starts 12:30, means that 12:50. My mind always thinking about the prasadam. That's very delicious. So I can't control the mind. My mind always converted to thinking. Prasadam. I know there's plenty of prasadam. I used to eat in five-star hotel, but this is very delicious, and this is like a, this is my mother's home. So how can I control my mind without thinking this prasadam and make concentrate in Hare Krishna mandram while during the arati.
See, all of us came to ISKCON by Prasadam only. When Prabhupada started his ISKCON movement in America, and he used to, what is that? He used to make a feast for them, personally, 70-year-old person. And they used to say, in dream also, we cannot eat this food. It used to be so delicious. Even I remember first thing which really opened me up when in my college, they took me to the guest house, devotees, and served me Prasadam. Could not believe Prasadam is remnants of the Lord. It is amazing. It is not only material. It is because the devotees are offering a love to the Lord. It has spiritual, some attraction. So your attraction to Prasadam is not material. It is spiritual. But still, yes, there is nothing. And that is the level of appreciation. And when you're appreciating Prasadam, you're appreciating Krishna. And many
Yeah.
people, that's where they can begin. You suppose your friend is there, he's not interested in spiritual life, you can carry some prasadam or made and distribute. Yeah, that's really tasty. So they begin their life, they say prasadam is tasty, that means they're saying Krishna is wonderful. So indirectly they're appreciating Krishna, and prasadam purifies person also. So nothing wrong in taking prasadam. Okay. And
You
one
know,
joke is, one person came
yeah.
to temple recently, and in temple, one thing everybody remembers very soon in ISKCON, Mahaprasade Govinda. That's the only mantra he knew. And he was paying obeisance, Mahaprasade Govinda. Baba, that is the prasadam or not. It goes to yes,
Uh,
they do that. They chant Mahaprasade Govinda when they distribute prasad. That's offering of prasad.
I have been trying for 18 years to stop thinking prasadam during, but I can't. I am unable to
Really,
control.
in fact,
Even,
we are
sometimes.
attracted, all of us, Devika Mataji, we all feeling that
Yes, Prabhu.
what is the
uh,
quality of
you
prasad we
some
offer here in Bangalore?
sometimes I ask two times, this is for my daughter, this for my son. Even they don't eat, so they don't, my son is allergic to nuts and lentils and dal, all the vegetable protein. So he can't have a prasadam at Hare Krishna temple. So I'm very worrying. I'm praying for 18 years to, because when he visit with me, he can't even have a, rice or anything because it's maybe contaminated with the nuts. So he might get the anaphylactic shock or anything. So I am praying Krishna. You also pray Krishna to my son to have a prasadam one day in Hare Krishna temple. So, and
We
my
can have
other question is,
sweets will not be an issue. The
yeah.
sweets, sometimes some people may have various kind of allergies nowadays. Kali Yuga, है ना? Bodies are weak. People
Yeah.
have
My other question, don't know,
sweets that
Prabhuji, the Viswamitra, sage Viswamitra, he, after 60,000 years, when he saw Menaka was someone, so he couldn't control the mind. How can the human being control the mind?
yes. So you need to have a higher taste. That was the mistake Vishwamitra was making that time. Without a higher taste, he was trying to control the mind. You'll burst out.
Yeah.
So if
Okay.
you have a higher taste, like we discussed this case of Haridas Thakur, when prostitute came to entice him, nothing she could do because
Yeah.
he had higher taste. Unless you have a higher taste, we cannot give up this taste in this world. So otherwise, like Vishwamitra was a very powerful Muni, very powerful. Later also he continued and became still greater. At that moment, he got slipped. So, just controlling by the willpower of the mind, even though he had a tremendous willpower, he slipped.
Yeah.
He slipped. So that's a test.
Mhm.
Maya always test our determination. So to
Mhm.
pass an exam, preparation always help, and a higher taste will always be able to help you through it. Today, you are very much true. We don't have training like Ajamila, which we'll discuss in the 8th chapter, or Vishwamitra. They're all in different culture, different time, but we don't have that facility.
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, we have two more raised hands. We can take it up.
Chalo, quickly.
Yeah. Lakshmi Mataji, unmute yourself. Sorry, Lata Mataji. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Lata. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, what if a young boy of 23 years not listen to the parents, and already parents are into spirituality and all the practices,
See,
but what if the boy is not listening
we have to
to
become
us?
Udasin, what you can do. See, one says we have to blame ourselves because that's a training we gave. The result is in front of us. And what can we do? So we have to next time get an pray to the Lord, please forgive me. I could not train well. Child is behaving in it's my hand. It was when a child is born, he's in your hand. Every word you want, he's going to hear. True or not? So at the end, the result is in front of us. What can we do? That is one part. Second part is we can pray to the Lord. My Lord, I could have done better, but what can I do? Now please guide me. What should I do? Because prayers help a lot. Because situation becomes when things go. Even a doctor, what does it do? When nothing can be done, what is say the patient? Please pray. So you pray to the Lord because the Lord is sitting in his heart. He can give him the right idea. Number one. Number two, you can find somebody who can convince him. Because sometimes he may not listen to you, but somebody he may listen. So try to find somebody, just like you visit a temple. Maybe you may be impressed by one devotee, but he may like to listen to some other devotee. Sometimes the other approach helps. Sometimes science approach helps to somebody to convince. Some way. What I teach in colleges, I don't take this value approach. Now I take spiritual science approach. Previously, I should teach in colleges through this presentation, mind control and other, and students used to get interested. But today, they're not interested in values. So I go through science. They're very attracted by science. Through science, I try to convince them that actually spirituality is needed. Then it works. Take a Mataji, somewhere you have to pray to
Thank
the Lord.
you.
Give a good example. Give a good association. Bring some books in the house. Keep them. You can have nice frames made of.
Lot of books.
Okay. You can make nice
Lot
frames.
of books, Prabhuji. I
Nice,
read lot of books.
nice frames of Krishna all over the place.
Mhm.
What he will do? He'll be watching. At least sometimes he'll raise his hand. Okay. I tell you.
Right.
Okay, I tell you my situation. That will help. I was born in a very Brahminical home, but studying the science, I became atheist. Okay. I became an atheist. But still, those impressions don't go away. And when in my college time there was difficulty, I was praying, God, if you are there, because I don't know you are there, if you are there, at least I could say that much. God, if I was an atheist totally, I would have never prayed to him. Correct? I said, God, if you are there,
Right.
please help me. So, your own reading, he should, when he sees you, you see you are reading. You be honest to your spiritual life. That is observed. For a child, mother is always a hero. Always a hero. Always, correct? No child can bear a comment for his
Yes.
mother. He will kill if you comment his mother. Mother is always a hero for him. Now he observes good qualities in you that will keep in a heart. He will not say it. Maybe because of something.
That's very true,
Because of
Prabhuji.
peer pressure,
That's
sometimes.
very true.
But he will have in his heart, my mother's always chanting. And sometime in a life when it's difficult, recently we had a very interesting case. You can try that. One grandmother approached a granddaughter on the marriage day. Said, my dear granddaughter, I know you have no interest in spiritual life, but Gita is great. Yeah, grandmother, I agree, Gita is great. Now, this book you keep in your puja room, and every day, one flower you offer. That's it. One day you will read. I know today you will not read, I know, because you are not interested in something. But Gita is great. No, yeah, Mama, I agree with you. So you can gift your son the Gita. Say, my dear child, one obeisance you give to this book, one day you will read it. Can you believe that lady came to the course and he said, I have now become serious devotee, and I thank my grandmother who told me every day put one flower on Bhagavad Gita. So that kind of patience you should have. Sometimes you go for pilgrimage, take him along, just come along. I need your help, and just some excuse, just take him. And when you see, I had an opportunity. One of my relatives was not taking interest in spiritual life. So I told him, I'm coming to Juhu. Can you wait in the Juhu temple? I will be landing up there. Purposefully, I went 2 hours late. I landed at the airport. I was in my classmate place and making him wait. I know he's sitting at the temple. Then when I meet him at 8:30, he has sat to the whole evening program. When I went there, that's really nice. Yes, it is really nice. Then he sat in the had prashad together. He was asking so many questions. So somehow you can trick them sometimes.
That's true.
Engage them. Another thing will engage.
Hare Krishna.
Like you can help him clean something for the altar, something engagement, some small. He may not be direct. Like one lady was telling, my husband is not interested. You know what I do tell him? We are going, we watch some watch some architecture there, nice architecture. So he came to the temple just to watch architecture. End of the day, he sees the deities. People say so many things, but end of the day, when the temple is there, they'll bow down little. Culture is there. See, people are dragged by culture that they cannot leave. Culture is very strong. Knowledge become value, value become culture. When something is a culture, it is not easy to come out. That is still within their personality. So when you visit a temple, the child will also notice, and you're paying down obeisance, is noticing. See, another thing is there. In this world, everything is a show. But devotion to God is the only thing which is genuine in this world. And the genuineness is always appreciated, always appreciated. Because whatever people say I want to serve my country as a politician, I want to do this, I want to do that. There is a lot of show in that. They're really not genuine about it. But when you are chanting the name of the Lord with no other desire, my Lord, I want to be a humble servant, that genuineness actually shakes people. Just like Hanuman carrying the mountain, doing so much service, he may be atheist or whoever in India. I appreciate that sincerity, correct? That sincerity touches everybody. So the genuineness always impresses everybody. So certain areas
Yes,
of overlap.
Prabhuji.
So look for the areas of overlap.
Actually, we practice. Actually, I practice my spiritual practices in the morning itself, 4:30 to 8. So he watches me. He loves me doing all the puja, devotion, everything. But the thing is, when the friends are around, finish.
Yeah, that they do not. But it will always see friends. All the peer pressure at that age is like that. See, at that age, they like to stand on their own legs. So they like to, they are very unsettled and insecure. An unsettled and insecure person cannot upset anybody. True? Correct? At that age is like that. More they become established in their life, this foundation will be there, what you have given them.
Agree. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Be patient, it works. And prayers always help. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Rashmi Mataji, unmute yourself. Rashmi Mataji. No.
Chalo, Mataji. We meet tomorrow. 5 o'clock is nice to end. People will be exhausted.
Yes. Tomorrow, same time, Prabhu.
And anything pending will continue tomorrow. Same to 5. I think it's not a problem. 5:30, the class is cancelled now. Okay, na?
Okay.
5:30 class. So 3 to 5 we will do. Then straight at 7 o'clock class.
Yes.
Hare
Hare
Krishna. Kripa Sindhiva Evacha Patidana Pavanebhyo Vaishnava Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna.